And today I'm at Bodyholics. We have with us celebrity fitness trainer Abbas Ali. So let's have a chat with him. Hi Abbas,
Karan.
how are you?
Welcome to Bodyholics.
Thanks a lot. So you train and you've opened this new gym. It's like looking really amazing.
It's
So what's different in this gym?
see, first thing, it's not a gym. It's India's first combined training gym. Where
Okay.
you have the best of strength, functional, and skills.
Okay.
All together under one roof.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's different in functional training than the normal gym?
See, what happens is functional training is something which will make me stronger outside the gym.
Okay.
And like most of the time, what happens when you're training,
Yeah.
you always fitter in that particular machine. So I can
Yeah.
sit here, I can lift as much weight as I can.
Okay.
But what happens is, if I'm only practicing this, when I
Okay.
get outside the gym and if I have to push a car in crisis,
Yeah.
that's where my strength needs. That's
Okay.
where my functionality comes. But
Okay.
only gym doesn't give you.
Okay.
So that's what we have done is we have taken the best of every skill when it comes to fitness. We have combined it and we put it on the floor. So
Okay.
it's more like a MMA of
Okay.
fitness.
Okay.
MMA is basically you've taken the best of every martial
Yeah.
art, put it in the basket, mix it and train.
Yeah.
This is how it works. So what happens if I'm giving you only strength, I can give it to you, but I can't give it to my mother.
Yeah.
So if I have to make a mother fit, that's where a combined training comes in.
Okay.
That's it.
You've trained celebrities like Shahid Kapoor.
Yes.
How important is functional training for them?
See, functional training for them is important because as an actor, you need to be fit.
Yeah.
As an actor, you need to have that mental and physical endurance
Yeah.
because as an actor, it's not about only the body, but it's about the mind.
Yeah.
So when we plan, especially when I plan a training for them, I have to keep that thing that he's going to put 100% inside the gym, that is
Yeah.
1 to 2 hours, and the rest 22 hours outside the gym, which
Okay.
is more important.
Okay.
So we plan in such a way that he becomes stronger in the gym and functional outside the gym.
Okay.
That's how it works. So it's basically inside out training. So
Okay.
I'm training more on the core, I'm training more on the mental endurance and the metabolic conditioning, which makes me hyperactive.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the trick. That's it.
So could people at home also train like this?
Yes, because I have said fitness starts at home.
Okay.
Functional training is something we have always done as an Indian culture. Like if you go just 20 years back,
Yeah.
when I was in my 20s,
Yeah.
our lifestyle 20 years back was functional.
Yeah.
We didn't had gyms, we didn't had hospitals.
Yeah.
We didn't had, how do I explain you? India has always been a culture of Indian squats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like today, if you see, we don't squat below a chair or a commode.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how our fitness has become. This is the maximum squat anybody today, if you see in any cities, this
Yeah.
is the squat we do.
Yeah.
Whereas our bodies are designed to squat like this.
Yeah.
The only person you see squatting like this is a 2 to 3 to 4-year-old
Yeah.
kid. They play and they squat 200 times.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between,
Okay.
that's the thing.
So if you had to train a person at home, 5 basic techniques that a person at home can do and be fit.
Squats.
Yeah.
To start with.
Okay.
Again, see, 80% of our body weight is below the waistline.
Yeah. Okay.
If I'm squatting, I'm
Okay.
training 80% of my body. That means I'm burning more calories. So if I have a choice of holding this machine and doing this for 200 times,
Yeah.
and if I have a choice doing this, the damage and the benefit I'm getting from squat is more. The functionality what I get from a squat is totally different from just a leg
Okay.
raise.
Okay.
So bending, lifting, doing small activity is what I call functionality. So
Okay.
if I have to choose an exercise at home, I will, like if I'm training my mom, for example,
Okay.
and I will choose 2 small objects and I'll
Okay.
tell her to just bend down and come up.
Okay.
Now this is an exercise which I will personally do in the gym.
Okay.
So if I have to choose 5 best exercises, it would be squats, deadlift, lunges, sit-ups and crunches, or maybe
Okay.
a push-up if someone at home is fitter.
Okay.
Now because this is something which will help me become stronger not only in that area but outside also.
Okay.
Like for example, when was the last time you saw someone taking 5 bags here, 5 bags here of
Yeah.
grocery and walking for half a
Yeah.
kilometer?
Yeah.
So we don't do basic things.
Okay.
So when I'm planning a regime for my people or for celebrities or for corporates or for housewives,
Okay.
I see to it the benefit doesn't last only in that section where they're training.
Okay.
So the idea is if I'm making a regime, it has to be in such that I become fitter while doing and I become fitter in my outside
Okay.
lifestyle.
Okay. So could we have a demonstration
For
of
sure,
5?
so come, I'll do one thing. I'll call my best athlete,
Okay.
Karla.
Okay.
He's functionally fit.
Okay.
He's my calisthenic coach.
Okay.
So come.
Okay.
Let's get come.
So could we have a demonstration for the same?
Sure. I'm going to show you 5 top exercises. What I say are like very top 5 exercises which you can do it in the gym, at home, at park.
Okay.
I'm going to call Mayan Karla. He's my top athlete.
Okay.
He's a calisthenic coach and he's super fit.
Okay.
Okay. Mayan, come in, buddy. So let's start with deadlift.
Okay.
And, I'm going to show you a substitute for a deadlift if you don't have this basic barbell and
Okay.
plate.
Okay.
So let's start with a sumo deadlift. Now sumo
Okay.
deadlift, the stands are different comparing to a regular deadlift.
Okay.
I would always prefer this.
Okay.
So you see the stands are slightly wider
Okay.
and you squat like how you squat in a deadlift. But see why it's called sumo, always remember, when you see the sport sumo wrestling,
Yeah.
this is how they stand.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's your stance.
Okay.
Okay? Okay? Just check, 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 check. So you stand straight without hyperextending your back. From
Okay.
here you drop down straight with your hip traveling down first with your arms straight.
Okay.
You squat, touch the plate down. If you see your neck and spine is in one line, your hip is lower than the shoulder.
Yeah.
So while you're coming up, you're not supposed to lift your upper body.
Okay.
You're supposed to just thrust the hip forward.
Okay.
Give me 5 reps, just see the form.
Okay.
He's squatting, so the hip travels first, the shoulder travels second, the arm is straight, the neck and spine is in one line.
Okay.
When you come up, contract the hip muscle together.
Okay.
Nice. Give me one more. Nice form. Stop. Now, if you don't have a barbell with a plate,
Okay.
what we can do is we can use the entire body weight for a
Okay.
simple exercise which we are going to do.
Okay.
It's called squats.
Okay.
I always say a 4-year-old, a grandmother, a soldier, and us. We all are supposed to squat. The degrees are different.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So let's understand. Your stance will be slightly wider than the hip.
Okay.
Slightly wider than the hip.
Okay.
Toes flayed out. Now this is the strongest stance. See how you're standing right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
We all stand
Like that.
like that. Nobody is standing like this.
Yeah.
So naturally this is what the flare we have in
Yeah.
stance. So the only difference is I'm going to take a slightly wider stance.
Wider stance.
Now this is where you start. Now most of the time people say, okay, don't take the knee in the front, blah 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 blah. Understand squats is simple. Think you're sitting on a chair. So the hip goes back, let the hip travel below the knee level, squat all the way down.
Okay.
If you see a 2-year-old, 4-year-old, this is how they sit.
Okay.
And you just need to come up straight. This is how you do a squat. So you go down slowly, breathe, you come up fast, exhale. Again, hip contraction. When you come up, squeeze your hip muscle.
Yeah.
People who do this, which is what I call hip extension,
Huh.
deadlift is a hip extension. If I'm
Okay.
doing a Russian swing, that's a hip extension.
Okay.
If you incorporate this movement in your aging, you'll never have hip joint problem in your old age.
Okay.
This
Cool.
is what squats is.
Okay.
So that's why when I say a 4-year-old, a grandmother,
Yeah.
me, a soldier, we all need to squats.
Yeah.
This is the reason.
Okay.
Thank you. Next I'll show you sit-up,
Okay.
strengthening my core. I'm not going to call it a six-pack exercise because six-packs happens on the dining table, in the kitchen, not in the gym.
Okay.
So when you're doing a crunch, please do not do it for your six-packs, do it to strengthen your core.
Okay.
Monk shoulders. Very simple. Come up, exhale, faster, hold, slowly down. Throughout the movement, you just need to keep your core tight. You exhale up and you slowly inhale down. Now, if you cannot do it, you can make someone stand on your toe, put your hands on the knee. Hold. Put your thrust it back. Head down. Yes, dip. We've understood deadlift, we've understood squats, we've understood sit-ups for the core. Now let's go to the pushing strength of the upper body. I have 2 options. You can do it at home. If you're an actor, if you're busy, you travel a lot, this is what you can do in the hotel room. You can go out for a run. In the park, you can do it. before or after you run. Okay, so Mayank is going to perform a namaskar, which we call it a done, or a Hindu push-ups. This is what internationally it's called. This exercise is used in parkour conditioning because when you see the form, you'll see from the calf to the leg to the hip, back to the chest, everything is work. Okay, let's go. Exhale up. Go back. So when he's coming back, he's using his leg. When he's coming back, he's stretching his legs. When he's dipping, it's chest, shoulder, and triceps. Nice, nice form. Go back. Nice. Go back. Bas. Now the second option what you have here for an upper body pushing strength is your push-ups. Push-ups, you have variation of push-ups. I'll show you 3 basics and 2 advanced. 3 basics will be a medium grip, a narrow grip, and a reverse grip. So this is your normal grip where you lie down on the floor, keep your hands right beside your underneath, beside your shoulder. Lift up. Then you make a neck, spine, entire body in one plank, one line. Now from here you're supposed to dip till your chest hits the ground. Push, exhale up. A lot of time people have this habit of looking in the front. Now this is hyperextension to the neck. Please avoid it. This all the way down, again back for the neck. So see to it your neck and spine is in one line. You go down, push, chest to the ground, exhale. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Now we go for a narrow. From that position, you just get the grip slightly underneath the shoulder or inside the shoulder. Okay, always remember in this kind of grip, elbow travels close to the body. Neck, spine in one line, body in plank. Go. Exhale, push. Go. Exhale, push. Go. Exhale, push. Okay. Now show me a reverse one. A reverse is again a shoulder with grip. The only difference is your grip turns away. If you're a beginner, try and avoid because a lot of experience and flexibility and mobility at your wrist, elbow, shoulder is required. So until unless you don't have that kind of flexibility and experience, please do not try. Push. Nice form. Push. Nice form. Push. Nice form. That's it. Okay, I'll show you a bonus variation. It's a bonus for you. Okay. Okay. This is part of your calisthenic. Mayank is a master in it, so he's going to perform. It's an advanced movement. Until unless you don't have an experience, please do not try. Let's go. See the body control? Lot of hours of practice is gone in this. Because when Mayank is not training, he is studying fitness. So 24/7 he is doing this. Nice boy. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. We've done legs, we've done core, we've done chest, shoulder, tricep with your push-ups. I'm going to show you a last exercise which you can do anywhere in the park, at home if you have something to do a pull-up. If you have nothing, you can find a bus stop to do it. You can go early morning, do some few pull-ups, and you can go for a run. So we're going to show you a basic pull-up with a calisthenic pull-up, few variations. Let's go.
So you told us about the 5th variation, but then this wall is something different. Tell us about the wall first, then we can go
It's
over there.
a legendary calisthenic wall.
Okay.
There's a story behind this wall.
Okay.
So there's a lot of expression.
Okay.
You see, it's intensity.
Yeah.
It's pain.
Yeah.
It's anger. It's like I'm hitting a wall, and there was a saying.
Okay.
I have given 99 hits.
Okay.
And I gave up. If
Okay.
I would have given that one hit, diamonds would have fallen.
Okay.
So it took me 17 years to make this property.
Okay.
So that's the expression basically.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a poetry in
Okay.
motion. Now, if you see, this is a pull-up frame.
Yeah.
This is a human flag frame.
Okay.
This I'll explain later on.
Okay.
Mayank is going to show you 3 to 5 variations of
Okay.
basic pull-ups to advanced to a calisthenic, which is more skillful.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to start with a pull-up.
Okay.
Let's go. form, you pull straight up. There is an arch. You
Yeah.
don't pull this way.
Yeah.
The chest goes first up. You
Okay.
expand the rib cage. That's where your shoulder blade starts squeezing.
Okay.
Okay. No momentum. Straight up and down. You go up fast.
Yeah.
Breathe out. Hold for a second up. You get the contraction. Slowly down.
Okay.
So that's one variation. Now, if you want to do a reverse grip. Now, for example, I'm a beginner.
Okay.
If I'm a beginner, this grip is going to be difficult for me.
Okay.
So a basic beginner's grip is always called a pull-up grip.
Okay.
Now, this is called a pull-up grip.
Okay.
It is called a supinated grip.
Okay.
Reverse grip. So Mayank is going to show you a reverse grip, and if you're a beginner, this is the grip I would advise you to start with. Let's go. Always remember, either shoulder width or slightly wider than the shoulder width,
Okay.
not more than that. Okay? Pull up till your chin is off the bar.
Okay.
The reason this is called a chin up is this.
Okay.
Your chin has to go
Above
off
the
the bar.
yeah.
Chin up. Okay, man. Thank you. Muscle up. Now, if you have mastered pull up, if you can do 25 reps without failure,
Okay.
I think it's time to graduate to something called a muscle up. Muscle
Okay.
up is something I call a superhuman strength.
Okay.
You can pull and push.
Okay.
Check this out. You pull here, you go up and you push your body. Come on. Nice and strong. Nice. One more time. Strong boy. Nice. That's it. Super. Arches. The arches push-up what we did, the same technique is going to use it for his pull-ups.
Okay.
See the grip? One is supinated, palm facing towards him. One is pronated, palm facing away from him. Nice. Nice. Thank you. So I think this is good enough exercises for someone who wants to train at home, who doesn't have an access to the gym. So we can do your squat, deadlift. You can rather do lunges also. You can add lunges. If you want, I'll just show you a form of lunges. You can either do a stationary lunge, Mike will show you, or a walking lunge. This is again basic. You don't need a gym, you don't need an exercise, you don't need a space.
A space. You just need space.
So this is something, a stationary lunge. Just stand, take your stance, always see to it, your stride is long enough where your knee is not traveling ahead of your toe.
Okay.
Always remember, this is very important in your mind. Shin is straight 90 degree, this is straight line.
Okay.
Okay? Go down, come up, exhale. Very basic. Very basic. Now if you've mastered this, your form has become better, you go for something called plyometric.
Okay.
We'll show you. Plyometric is you land, lunge and push back.
Okay.
Now again when he is lunging, you will see his knee is not going beyond below.
Okay.
Nice. One more. Pass. Thank you. So these are the exercises. You can increase your strength.
Okay.
If your diet is good along with this, and if you can manage minimum thrice a week of cardio, you will lose fat and you'll get fitter.
Okay.
Trust me, you don't need to spend a lot of money on supplements. You don't need to spend a lot of money on joining big gyms. If you are smart enough, if you can take out time for your health and fitness, which just needs 1 hour, 6 times a week, it's enough. Because people in today's time, they wait till the doctor's
Yeah.
prescription
Yeah.
that you're not well from inside, your lipid profile is gone high, your liver is in stress, so please go to the gym. That's where we get scared and we go to the gym.
Okay.
I'm 40-year-old, I've been training for almost 19-20 years
Yeah.
because I love my body.
Yeah.
I don't do it because I am into this
Yeah.
profession. Most of the gym owners don't train now.
Yeah.
I always tell them fitness has to be passion, not a doctor's prescribe.
Okay. So if a person at home wants to be fit, you showed us the techniques, but what kind of diet should they have?
See, again, I am very much against the word diet.
Okay.
We as India, if you go 20 years back, what was the culture, what was the food of we Indians?
Okay.
We used used to eat culture food. Like
Okay.
I have grown up having eggs, bread, butter, jam all my life. I think
Okay.
I still do that.
Okay.
And I used to get dosa from my neighbor when I was small because they
Okay.
were South Indian. When I
Okay.
was small, my best friend was Punjabi. So whenever I used to go to their house, I used to expect what do you call it? Chole bhature.
Okay.
Now, this is what our breakfast of nation was.
Okay.
What is the breakfast of nation today? Cereals and coffee.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if we are eating a food like product,
So you showed us the techniques. Now, what should the primary diet of a person at home should be?
see, primary diet of a person, I'm no one to decide. Firstly, I'm against the word diet
Okay.
because you're supposed to eat healthy. You're supposed to eat balance. Now, a person's diet, balanced diet, I've never understood because I come from very old school practice when it comes to my health, my body, my fitness. Uh, for example, 20 years back, what was the breakfast of our nation? Like I've grown up having eggs, bread, butter, jam, and chai. I think I still do that.
Okay.
When I was small, I used to get dosa from my neighbors for breakfast because they were South Indian. My best friend was Punjabi, so I used to always expect a chola bhatura when I'm going to their house.
Okay.
So I have grown up with this kind of culture food, and suddenly 20 years later, what is the breakfast of our nation is cereals and coffee.
Yeah.
So any store you walk in today, 80% of the food is packed food.
Yeah.
So when I was small, I used to go to the baniya store. I remember uske thailo mein sab chawal, gheu. The only packed food was bread, butter, jam, and biscuits.
Okay.
Today you get a 200 rupees fat-free muffin.
Yeah.
You have the best gyms, you have the best hospitals,
Yeah.
but you have unfit bodies. 20 years back, we didn't have gyms, we didn't have hospitals, but we had fit people. Our
Yeah.
grandparents are fitter.
Yeah.
Our parents are much stronger to what we are.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we need to do is we need to understand the balance, how to make it. So first thing, we need to understand three elements when it comes to nutrition: the timing of the food, the quality of the food, the quantity of the food.
Okay.
So if I wake up at 6 a.m. and I'm having my breakfast at 10, I already damaged my entire day.
Okay.
Okay. If I wake up at 6 and if I take my coffee or tea first thing in the morning, again I have damaged my entire process.
Okay.
So what I'm supposed to have first thing in the morning is fruit. That is the sugar my body needs because it was fasting all night.
Okay.
So if I've slept for 6 to 8 hours, I was fasting. So if
Yeah.
I wake up at 6 and again having my breakfast 2 hours later,
Yeah.
I have extended my fasting zone.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to wake up and have a bath,
Okay.
if not nothing.
Okay.
After that, you go freshen up half an hour, have breakfast which is balanced.
Okay.
I would say protein, carbs and stuff, so you can have your eggs and bread and whatever you take.
Okay.
And whatever your culture gives you in terms of healthy food, eat that. After your breakfast, see to it, you eat every 3 hours
Okay.
till the time you are awake.
Okay.
So you know what is junk,
Yeah.
you know what is fried food, you know what is white carbs.
Yeah.
Avoid.
Okay.
So what I'm supposed to eat? Vegetables, fruit. If I'm a non-vegetarian, I'll have my meat. If I'm a vegetarian, then I will look for another substitute for my protein. That can
Okay.
be tofu, that can be paneer, that can be,
Yeah.
my pulses, dals and all those
Yeah.
things. So my whole concept is, when I look back 20 years back, I see my parents. They used to sleep on time, wake up on time. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, 2 snacks. Life was happy.
Okay.
Today, you have coffee shops, you have science, you have best trainers, you have the best hospitals, and we have fat and sick and unhealthy people.
Yeah.
So my plan, my idea, my teaching has always been be healthy, balance your food, listen to grandmother, go home, sit with her, don't go to a dietitian or nutritionist, don't come to me for food, go to your grandmother.
Okay.
She will advise you anything she doesn't recommend, don't eat.
Okay.
That's my advice.
Okay. Just one second. Could we please have silence? Please. Okay.
Under Armour. Exactly. वो तो कंपनी का जैकेट है, मेरे को भी लाके दे। हुडी वगैरह। I need this. कहाँ से बनाया? मेरे पास है, छोटा है। मेरे को छोटा है।
Okay. Could we please have silence?
5 minutes.
Okay. Roll. So that's what happens at home. But you've trained celebrities like Shahid Kapoor. So if you had to train someone like Shahid Kapoor, what would be the techniques and what would be the diet? Because he's vegetarian as well. So specifically,
See, there won't be any different technique I'm using on this body, and there is not a different technique I'll use on this
Huh.
body and that body. The change will be as per your lifestyle, your diet, your body type. He's an actor,
Huh.
and he's passionate about his training.
yeah,
Now, what happens when he's shooting? He becomes that person
Yeah.
that character demands.
yeah,
So when he's shooting, he's 100% into it. So his focus diverts.
Yeah.
So if I put him on an extreme diet, which I hate, again the word diet.
Yeah.
What happens when you go on a diet? You have to cut down certain nutrients,
yeah,
which hampers your mental performance.
Okay.
Which I call mental endurance. The ability to think and ability to take decisions and ability to perform
Yeah.
at your job.
Okay.
So as an actor, if I am cranky, I am not delivering.
Mhm.
So plus he's a vegetarian. So the technique comes is a lot of people get surprised when I tell him that he eats a basic homemade food.
Hmm.
2 sabzi, 1 dal, paneer, rice, salad and curd.
okay,
So this is his lunch and dinner.
okay,
Breakfast is either a protein shake or a protein smoothie or it's South Indian. He loves South Indian food, that's mostly idlis and dosas and vadas and stuff. So a lot of salads goes in, a lot of fruits goes in. Now his primary source of calorie, which is supposed to be his first class protein, is missing,
okay,
and his paneer or tofu is second class protein.
okay,
So that's where we supplement his diet with protein supplements.
okay,
So there are at least 4 to 5 servings in a day,
okay,
which is almost 20 grams. Is
Okay.
Comparing to a non-vegetarian who will take 40 grams per serving,
Okay.
I'll break down into 2 and give him more servings per
Okay.
day. So that's how we balance.
Okay.
Now if it is again like for Shandar, he wanted to look very young.
Yeah.
Shandar, he wanted to look like not like that hardcore body
Yeah.
and the hardcore face what he had
Yeah.
in Kamine and Heather.
yeah,
So for that I had to change his entire nutrition and add a lot of good fat,
okay,
which will give him that skin.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of dry fruits, there were a lot of flaxseed
Okay.
and all those things.
okay,
So when you go on a diet, you always end up cutting your fat and your carbs.
Okay.
So that's where your
Yeah.
aging comes in faster.
okay. But then he also likes coffee a lot. Does that
He
affect?
is- no. In fact, that keeps him up.
Okay.
That gives him that edge.
Okay.
That always keeps him on his toes.
Okay.
He's hyper.
Okay.
So and he doesn't drink tea and other kind of
Yeah.
stimulants. He's never on fat burners and
Yeah.
everything. So it helps him a lot.
Okay. So what? Give us 5 techniques that you used for him to get the Shandar body.
Again, it's nutrition, 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 nutrition. Because we were shooting in Europe and it was extremely cold.
Okay.
So training again, most of the time when we travel abroad, 5-star hotels doesn't have this kind of facility
Okay.
where I can do functional training
Okay.
and skills. Because
Okay.
Shahid is all about functional. He loves
Yeah.
functional because he always says functional training has changed me in my real life.
Okay.
So what is the question?
5 actually gym techniques I wanted. So if you can make him do something.
मैं आ रहा हूँ एक second.
Ready?
कहाँ थे हम लोग?
But वो cut होगा
कहाँ थे हम लोग?
diet.
हाँ, so
Shandar.
you tell me 5 techniques what to be done. I'll say the 5 exercises, 6 exercises. What
We ready? Okay. So we're done with people at home. If someone like you've trained Shahid Kapoor, right?
Start training.
Okay, so we've done, you've told us about people at home, but you've trained celebrities like Shahid Kapoor as well. So how are they training differently from people at home?
Training a celeb who's traveling a lot, like if I'm traveling with him on his shoots internationally or locally, it's as good as training them at home because
Okay.
most of the 5 stars don't have the gym.
Okay.
And most of the time he's so tired that we end up doing basic functionality
Yeah.
where you don't need the machines and
Yeah.
all those things.
Okay.
So that's how it works.
Okay.
And yeah.
But if he's a vegetarian, so what kind of diet does he
Okay, now
have?
what happens is he's a vegetarian, plus he loves fitness, so he trains hard. And at the same time, if he's shooting, where he has to work harder than what he normally does,
Okay.
plus he has to train at the same time and focus on a diet, it goes really haywire because Again, the word diet doesn't work because the moment you go on a diet, you have to cut down certain nutrients from the food,
Yeah.
which can hamper your mental performance.
Okay.
Which I'm very concerned about when you're training a corporate or an actor,
Okay.
because their mind is more primary important and not the body, which is
Yeah.
also important. For an actor, I always say this is your biggest muscle.
Okay.
So if I'm giving you a diet and that comes on the face in terms
Yeah.
of your lines, or the jaw goes inside more and it makes you look older.
Yeah.
And in Shahid's case, for Shandar, I have to make him look fitter and younger.
Okay.
So the magic was more with the food than training.
Okay.
Because he always trains.
Yeah.
So the advantage what I have on his body is he's always in a fitter shape.
Okay.
So when a movie comes in, I just need to change his regime very little,
Okay.
and we don't need to train for six months for a movie. It just
Okay.
takes us 1 to 2 months to either bulk up or cut.
Okay.
Okay. So when it comes to now his nutrition part, which
Yeah.
is his backbone,
Yeah.
he's a vegetarian, doesn't even have eggs, and he's
Yeah.
very disciplined with his food.
Okay.
So a lot of people get surprised when I tell them that his food is as basic as yours and mine when it comes to lunch and dinner.
Okay.
Because he eats 2 sabzi, 1 dal, 1 paneer, salad, brown rice, and curd.
Okay.
That's what I will eat if I'm getting a homemade cook.
Okay.
So the only thing he misses being a vegetarian is something called first class protein.
Okay.
What I might get from my egg, fish, and chicken,
Okay.
which he can't eat. Now the only source left for him is tofu and paneer. Then
Okay.
again, I would not recommend someone when they are
Yeah.
trying to cut or something, because it
Yeah.
has the estrogen properties and
Yeah.
it will make you softer.
Yeah.
So what I do is I supplement his diet with protein supplements.
Okay.
Rather than taking 40 grams per serving, what I might take being a
Huh.
non-vegetarian, I will give him 20 grams of protein per serving, maybe 4 to 5 times a day.
Okay.
Like I will take 40 grams twice a day, because
Okay.
I'm getting my protein from chicken and fish and
Yeah.
eggs.
Yeah.
So this is the trick I play. If he has to gain strength and weight, I will up his carbohydrate.
Okay.
Now, because he does functional training, I don't need to cut his carbs. Because
Okay.
if I cut his carbs, he will not perform in the gym, as well as he will not be performing in front of the camera.
Okay.
So his brown rice, sweet potatoes, oats, and chapati is always there.
Okay.
That way.
Okay. But he takes a lot of coffee as well. So does that hamper his diet in any way?
No, not really, because he's a guy who doesn't depend on fat burners, because fat burners are something which have 2 to 400 grams of caffeine. Coffee is something he loves, and coffee is something gives him that edge.
Okay.
So whenever you see him at shooting or just before the
Yeah,
game, he'll
yeah.
always have that one coffee mug.
Yeah.
He just loves coffee. It's nothing to do
Yeah.
with his training.
Okay. But has he ever been exhausted? Like.
Many a time, I've sent him home from the gym.
Okay.
And we've done some mad training things, like we've traveled from Toronto, landed, and just gone to the gym directly.
Okay.
Like I'm like, dude, 16 hours of flight, who does it? Man,
Yeah.
we want to go.
Yeah.
Then there are times when he's come to the gym and he wants to train.
Huh.
And I'm like, bro, you just had full day of shoot and meetings and stuff. So he said, no, I want to train. So I'll
Yeah.
just look at his face and I'll see, okay, is he fit to train after such a long day and
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah.
So I'll sit and talk to him for half an hour, 15 minutes, and make him understand, okay, bro, go home, sleep, eat, and you come back, recover. I'll give you 200% more intensity the
Yeah.
next day.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. So many a time it happens. As a coach, you need to be smarter rather than just listening to the client and
Yeah.
no, I want to train today.
Yeah.
Certain things.
But he loves gymming and training. But sometimes he is injured, but he can't do it. But he has to maintain that same level of fitness. Then how do you manage
Doesn't
at
work.
that
See,
time?
injury is part of his career, acting. Like the last movie which was full of action was Rango Rajkumar,
Yeah.
or R. Rajkumar.
R.
that's all.
Rajkumar, yeah.
Now in R. Rajkumar there was action for I think 3 weeks every day.
Yeah.
At Satara, 45 degree, 40 degree we
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
Body exhausted, ankle, toe, knee, hamstring, shoulder, wrist, knuckle, all were in front.
Yeah.
Okay, so hitting, getting hit, blah 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 blah. So in this kind of situation, first thing you need to be smarter and get a sports physio in.
Okay.
Repair the damage rather than just getting excited and say, oh, I'm injured but I love my training. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So training hard is not the point. So training smart is what
Okay.
we do.
Okay.
So whenever he's injured, which is again part of his, it's nothing to do with the training.
Yeah.
He trains hard and he, when you're shooting, he's 100% in it. So injuries are part of his career. So that's why we have a sports physio in our team.
Okay.
which has always helped us.
So as you said, it's very similar to get Shahid's Shandar look. If we train like we are training at home, we can still get Shahid's Shandar look.
Yes, again I'm telling you, training is not important, it's the food.
Okay.
Because if you training here on this floor, I'm with you for that hour.
Yeah.
I'll give you the best technique, best form. I will give you the mindset. I will inspire you.
Yeah.
But the moment you step outside this property, you're on your own. So
Yeah.
that 23 hours, which is nutrition and rest,
Yeah.
I need to train you.
Yeah.
That's your mindset.
Yeah.
So when I'm training a person in that hour, I'm also training him
Yeah.
to be motivated for the next 23 hours so he doesn't fail on the dining table
Okay.
with his food.
Okay.
So that's like
Yeah.
the most important part.
So apart from Shahid, tell us 5 Bollywood celebrities, male, and 5 Bollywood celebrities, female, whose bodies you think are the fittest.
See, there are, if you see today, every actor is fit.
Yeah.
If you go for the yesterday's one,
Yeah.
the ones who we saw and started from
Yeah.
Salman Khan and everything, they are fit. You see the new generation, they are much fitter. So if you ask me the top 5 boys in our industry, so you have Salman Khan, you have Shahid Kapoor, you have Akshay Kumar, you have Hrithik, you have Karan Grover. Now Karan Grover, I saw him in one of the gyms training and know him very well. He is a beast when it comes to calisthenic training.
Okay.
What you saw Mayank doing.
Yeah.
So I'm not talking okay, he's hardcore with lifting,
Okay.
that we all are.
Okay.
But apart from your strength, when it comes to skills, we have very few actors in Bollywood who do that. So these are the 5 top bodies I see on and off, and they're really fit. And in girls, you have Bipasha Basu, you have Zareen Khan, you have Katrina, Kareena is fit, Deepika is fit. So these are the 5 top, like right here it is. I know
Okay.
like these are the 5 here, 5
Yeah.
there, top 10 bodies in Bollywood.
Okay. Thanks a lot for your
Thank you
time.
so much for coming here.
Yeah. It was great, and stay fit, guys. Any
Stay
message you want to give?
Fitness starts at home. Rest later. Be active. Keep yourself hydrated. Eat your meals on time. And if you want real fitness advice, trust me, don't come to me. I can train you, but if you want to make your lifestyle better, go home, talk to your grandparents. Anything they don't recommend, please do not do it. Okay? So stay fit, rest later, be a bodyholic.